Get ready for a fun Istanbul ride, mixed with local recommendations and my personal upgraded touch as a second-time visitor. Watch till the end for a special location. When it comes to accommodation in Istanbul, you can either select a hotel, hostel, or Airbnb. Here's a list of neighborhoods that are perfectly close to the city center and most of the tourist attractions. If you choose to stay in a hotel, I'll recommend the Hagia Sophia Mansions, a Hilton property with an unbeatable location, gorgeous rooms, and friendly staff. During my stay, I opted for an Airbnb in the Beyoğlu neighborhood. It was a cozy apartment with great lighting, a nice view, and an awesome host. Now, let's talk transportation. We can get around Istanbul by the metro. My favorite metro ride is from Beyoğlu to Eminönü because one gets to go over the Bosphorus Bridge and take in the stunning view. To be honest, my camera isn't doing real justice right now. Just have to be there. This is Istanbul Metro card, a cost-efficient way to get around almost all the public transportations like the metro, the bus, the ferry, the tram, and the subway. You can ride on the tram that goes through Istiklal Street and Taksim Square. That is the bus that also uses the metro card. This is the subway or the underground metro. It is way cleaner and even safer than New York City's metro. Check out the mini gates protecting the platform. Mayor Eric Adams, please take notes. One of my favorite ways to get around Istanbul is by ferry. The ferry also takes you to both the European side and Asian side of Istanbul. You can use your metro card for the ferry too. Can't use your metro card for the taxi, and Ubers aren't really a thing in Istanbul. Something I must add is that it takes a brave soul to use the taxis in Istanbul because 1. The drivers hardly speak English, and 2. Most of the time they are overcharging you because you are a foreigner. My advice would be to just stick to the other public transportations if possible or get a local to help you order a cab. Watch a whirling dervish show. To onlookers, it may appear to be a simple dance. However, it is a spiritual performance done by the Sufis. You can watch a show at the Galata Mevlevi Hanesi on Istiklal Street, the Sirkeci train station or the Hocapaşa in Fatih district. And that's where I went. Istanbul is the perfect city to walk around spontaneously during the day and during the night. The city is always alive no matter the hour, especially on Istiklal Street. My favorite way to wind down in Turkey is to go to hammam or spa in English. I really like the Hürrem Sultan Hamami in Fatih. This is inside the women's changing room. Upon stepping into the hammam, I felt an immediate sense of peace, from the ambience to architectural design to the hospitality from the staff. Visit the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, the Hagia Sophia, and the Topkapi Palace. They are must-sees, especially for first-time visitors. One thing to note about Turkey in general is to always look up. The intricacies of the architectural designs and Islamic arts never fails to impress me. Take a break from walking and hop on a peaceful ride over the Bosphorus Sea. You will be guaranteed a picturesque view.
Alright, I'm on the Asian part of Istanbul and I'm going back to Eminönü, the European side. Just wanted to be on the ferry ride, which was awesome.
Check out Istanbul's popular attraction, the Galata Tower. It is both beautiful on the outside and inside.
Good morning, it is Friday today and I am attempting to head to the Galata Tower. hopefully there's not a lot of lines this time, and I can actually go up without waiting for hours. So it is 8:20 and it takes me like 15 minutes to get to the Galata Tower from where my Airbnb is staying. So yeah, hopefully today will be a good day. I'm also going to try to go to Juma in one of the mosques, either the Blue Mosque or the biggest mosque in Europe, which is located in the Asian part of Istanbul. So stay tuned. I'm beginning to cough because everyone in Turkey is coughing. Mention, just walking on the streets of Istanbul, I see cat poop everywhere and I thought cats were clean. But anyway, that's just my runs. Let's head to the Galata Tower. Alright, I finally made it to the Galata Tower. I regret not eating something at least because the hills here are incredibly difficult to climb up. So I feel like very exhausted. Let's hope I can climb up the tower. At least I brought water. We'll see. Early bird gets the worm. There's barely any line here, so I'm very glad I did this. Decided to wake up to go here. Okay, let's see. And yes, Google was wrong. They do not open at 9. They open at 8:30. Something to note. So I got my Galata tickets. That's what you get. Try to run away from me. Exciting. Let's see what this fuss is about. Alright, so this is inside the Galata Tower. Good thing we didn't have to climb up the stairs. There is an elevator that takes you up there. And the view. And you have to climb up that to get in. So definitely 10/10 recommend the Galata Tower, and if you're coming, definitely come really early in the morning. They open around 8:30, either in summer or winter season. There will be less crowds, as you can see here. Barely any crowd. The last time I was walking through in the afternoon, there was like a long line wrapping around the Galata Tower, so definitely worth it.
Next, visit the Great Jamlika Mosque, also known as the biggest mosque in Turkey. It was opened in 2019. This mosque is located on the Asian part of Istanbul. It is a gigantic mosque with wide space that fits over 60,000 people. The balcony is very windy, which in turn brings in fresh air into the mosque. The mosque's courtyard looks similar to that of the Hagia Sophia. Inside the mosque is just as beautiful, with stunning lamps and beautifully designed ceilings.
The mosque is not really a place where non-Muslim tourists visit, part because it's far away from the tourist areas. So most of the people that do come here are probably locals or maybe Muslims around the world.
simply does not come to Turkey without shopping. So, where should we start? I'll recommend the Grand Bazaar, where you can find all sorts of items like clothes, accessories, spices, etc. Then there's the Mr. Bazaar, also known as a spice bazaar, as its name suggests. The items offered are mostly spices. From the haggling of prices to the stimulation of spices, shopping in Istanbul can feel like an Olympic sport. Take a step out of the market to a less crowded spot and feel the breeze from the sea. Watch the locals live their lives. With the Taksim Square, I call it the Times Square of Istanbul because of how busy it gets. Wind down from it all and watch the sunset over the Bosphorus Sea. You can also watch a fisherman catch their dinner. Ooh, you're in for a treat. Turkey has one of the best culinary dishes in the world, and as someone who loves Mediterranean food, I felt like I was in heaven. Try their street food like the wet burger.
Alright, so I'm about to try the wet burger that you see on the streets close to Taksim Square. Well, as you see on the streets on Taksim Square. Let's see what the hell it's all about, this burger. This is how it looks like. Supposed to be all soupy like. Let's see. How to try it. So I got wet burger, which is a very popular Turkish street food with milkshakes. By the way, Turkish milkshake is not as creamy as American milkshake. It's very watery. So anyway, let's see. It's a lot of tomato sauce with meat inside, as you can see. It's like a burger soaked with tomato sauce. I guess that's why it's called wet burger. It's good, not bad. And I got like a strawberry milkshake, which is hard to find for some reason. And their milkshake is so liquidy, not thick with whipped cream as I like it in the US. As I say in Turkish, afiyet olsun. The thing about this milkshake is that it finishes quickly because it's so liquidy.
Enjoy balik ekmek, a fish sandwich by the Bosphorus Sea. Eat at one of Turkey's oldest restaurants in the world, established in 1888. I had succulent lamb shank with rice and washed it down with sherbet. Dessert was pudding and chai. If you have a sweet tooth, try these elegant Turkish delights at Hafiz Mustafa. The neatly decorated sweets are alluring enough to drag you in. Don't want to buy? No worries. You can ask the waiter for a free sample to taste them. Visit the hidden gem of a restaurant for cuisines from Antakya. Enjoy meals that have Turkish and Syrian fusions. I was waiting for my friend and local guide to get started. Remember Bushra from 2016? Yeah, we still keep in touch.
So this is my friend Bushra. You've probably seen her 6 years ago. And she's a food expert and she's telling me all about these dishes. So can you tell us about these dishes? Like, why are they special? What makes them unique? Where are they from? Where is this bread from?
It's from everything is from Antakya in this table. It's a special type of something like lahmacun, but it's also unique to Antakya. This is hardiye beyti and the meze table, and the mezes are mostly Levantine mezes. That's all, I guess.
Yeah. Very delicious, vegetarian friendly. I'm not a vegan or vegetarian person, but they were really good. This is meats. What do you call this?
Hardiye beyti.
Hardiye beyti. Special bread from Antakya. You can't find this anywhere. And then this is some kind of lahmacun. So, afiyet olsun.
Later, Bushra insisted on showing me a better place to take some Turkish delights back home.
Şu 200 gram, 325 gram, yarım kilo, 750 gram.
The ones he shows are mixed.
Oh,
Ayrıca meyveli yarım karışık var böyle, yarım kiloluk.
Okay.
Gene meyveli karışık 325 gramlık var. Fındık fıstık sadece bir çeşit karışık olan var.
Oh, okay.
Bunlardan hariç
So she's trying to show us something. Let's just follow Bushra. What?
Lion and
Oh, what's the idea? Who
I
is
don't
he?
know. One of the famous TikTok stars of Turkey, owner of the restaurant.
It's a famous Turkish star.
TikTokers, yeah. Maybe he's the most famous TikToker.
Oh, he's a famous TikToker, Turkish TikToker.
Don't you know him?
No,
Yeah, he prepared cook some food with a big smile on his face.
never heard of him. Apparently he's famous.
Right here, if you want to take selfie.
This is why you should always travel with a local.
Yeah.
You get to see all the really cool stuff that no one knows in English, at least.
Yeah.
Whenever I come to Turkey, I always meet Bushra because she gives me all the tips on good food, so I don't get cheated by the Turkish merchants, you know. So I'm excited. We're going to a terrace right now, so we'll see. Alright, so this is inside the terrace. Breakfast restaurant or restaurant. It's really cute. I love the design. I'm a sucker for cushion chairs like this. I always said that I would like to design my house like this because it's just very welcoming for guests in your house, and that's the vibe I'm getting here.
This one's for all the Agatha Christie fans out there.
So I'm heading to the Pera Palace based on the Netflix show. Hopefully they let me in. We'll see. Hotel. This is really awesome. It's right over there. I'm gonna see if I can try to get in. I love basically seeing things in real life that I've watched on television. It's amazing. So here it is.
The Pera Palace is one of the first hotels in Istanbul. It was functioning during World War II and has had the likes of famous figures like Ataturk, Ernest Hemingway, Pierre Loti, Zaza Gabor, Alfred Hitchcock, Agatha Christie, and many more. Guests can still book a room today. I found out about this hotel through the murder mystery Netflix show, Midnight at the Pera Palace. Check it out.
Hi.
I was allowed in, but unfortunately, I couldn't film everywhere. One of the hotel staff kindly offered to show me around and also take my pictures too.
So unfortunately we cannot go upstairs, only for guests, as you can read. But just look at how grand this place is. Maybe next time I'll book a room here.
Above is a picture of Agatha Christie. I was shown the room that Agatha Christie and Ataturk stayed.
I just came out of the Pera Palace and it was awesome. Yes, dream come true. So special shout out to the staff that showed me around. And I'm so grateful. There weren't many places I could take pictures or videos of, but the select few were nice, and the ones I didn't take a picture or video of was really beautiful. So I recommend that you do go visit the Pera Palace if you're an Agatha Christie fan or history fan as well. The rooms are on average like 300 something euros per night, so basically 300 something dollars per night, since the euro and the dollar are basically equal right now.
Next up, I visited the Sirkeci train station, famously known for the Orient Express train. You can also see this in the movie Murder on the Orient Express.
This is another surreal moment for me. I'm a big Agatha Christie fan, which I've mentioned several times in this vlog. But this is the Orient Express train station that stops at Istanbul, coming all the way from Paris, passing through Italy, and stopping in Istanbul. I'm not sure what the final stop of the Orient Express is, and yes, the Orient Express does still exist. Right now this train station is closed for renovation. I wish I could go inside. They also do the Whirling Dervish program here. If you watch the Orient Express, this was the platform that the characters were on boarding the train to Italy. Of course, we have our cats of Turkey. There's another one. Hi! Hi! Whoa! You're so cute! Oh my gosh! You're so cute!
Inside the train station is a restaurant with pictures from their famous guests. Istanbul is a hilly and slopey city. Make sure to wear good shoes with traction.
Something to note about Beyoğlu area, it's very hilly. I got a shoe with good grips. I don't know why my GPS will tell me to go to the most hilly area ever. I'm dying. Like, why? I'm prepared, but not physically.
Although I'm dying of heat in this video, summer is the best time to visit Istanbul. There are two types of toilets in Turkey: Alaturk, where you can squat to pee, etc., and the regular toilets. Keep that in mind. And that is a wrap on my Istanbul and Turkish adventures. There is still so much to see, like Pamukkale, which I couldn't fit on this trip. Check out my detailed guide for all things Turkey in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hasta luego!